I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like the service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's October 2nd, 2013. To my right is Cody Bills and I'm Brock Shimano. A relatively quiet day in Chicago. Let's turn with a fire tip to see how we ended. Corn was unchanged, soybeans up 5 3/4, wheat in Chicago continuing to move higher, up 4 3/4, and Kansas City was up 9.5 cents here today.
Yeah, let's take a look at the technical landscape here. One thing to pay attention to, corn was unchanged, but that was really after a couple days of bleeding lower here. It's good to see it's found a little bit of traction. One thing to keep in mind, though, if we do gain a little bit more traction, I do think resistance of about that 445 3/4, that previous low that we broke through on the quarterly stocks day, I think that will offer up some significant resistance. Let's turn over to soybeans here, since there is an interesting point to make here. Notice that sharp rally between August and September. We're looking at a retracement level. If you draw it from the lows back in August to the highs here, you'll notice that 62% retracement is right around 1250. Today we traded right around that 1273. That's where we closed. We tried to get as high as 1282, but we backed off. I wouldn't be surprised if we drift a little bit lower here for soybeans. We catch a little bit of that support right around that 1250 level. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that when you get around that 62% retracement, the likelihood of that bullish trend continuing and you taking out the highs becomes less and less. So, we'd really have to see some game-changing news that would most likely come in the way of bullish news in terms of weather from South America. I don't think that anything that the USDA could report, I don't think there will be huge surprises here in the October report. I really think that anything here really will just snap this retracement, but it's unlikely that it'll take out these highs that we've printed.
You know, and by way of fundamental news, we haven't had a whole lot out over the last couple of days. We know that the U.S. government is shut down right now, so we've had tomorrow we'll have the export sales. That's actually going to be delayed until further notice, until the government gets back running. But one bit of information we did get was the ethanol production and stocks numbers out today. We saw ethanol production uptick by about 43,000 barrels per day. We saw stocks off by about 104,000 barrels per day. So we do see some pretty good demand continuing in the ethanol sector. I look for that to continue. We've seen corn prices off substantially compared to where they were last year at this time. So I do anticipate ethanol production to remain relatively strong. A couple other bits of information that we did get out today was from a couple of private analysts. We had Landworth releasing their most recent estimates for production. We also had the Lynn Group. If you take a look at this table here, you can see that Lynn Group is on the high side of the three items here, Landworth and the USDA, and a lot of that is due to the incredibly high yield that they have. They're looking for about a 4 bushel per acre, higher yield than what the USDA is currently projecting, and soybeans as well. They're looking for about 0.8 of a bushel higher there as well. So there are some private analysts out there that are keeping production levels pretty high, especially in the corn market, or for corn. With Landworth, they left theirs unchanged. So it looks like we are going to have pretty good production levels for corn and for soybeans based upon what these analysts are looking at.
And we've alluded to this October report, but the problem here is, of course, that the government is shut down. If you guys have tried to go to any of the WASDE, the USDA sites, if you're trying to look at even export sales, which typically comes out tomorrow, that won't be coming out tomorrow, so it really leaves a lot of us in the dark. Any of these reportable sales over 100,000 bushels haven't been reported. The problem here is that if we continue to have this government shutdown, we could see a delay in even the October WASDE report, and that's a big market-moving report, and that's going to be significant here in the marketplace. Other than that, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in to GrainTV. If you have any questions about what you saw, give us a call at 877-472-4607. You can follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. We'll see you here tomorrow.